Yeah.
Not.
Good morning.
Hi guys. Welcome to Without a Candle.
Yeah. Happy Friday.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
Here we are.
it was a good week. It's just a different week.
Yeah.
Right. Like I feel like energy's been good this week.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened this week, but we can definitely tell that the weather's getting colder.
Yeah. People
And
are
it's
starting to hibernate a little
rainy. And, yeah, all those things. So we're trying to figure out what today, right? What today. So, I don't even know where to start. It's so tricky, right? So how does life and practice change for you in
God.
this slower, and I mean slower, not, it's a different concept. In your personal slowness, how does it change?
Honestly, that's kind of a loaded question for me to answer.
Right.
Because this year has been so different for me in my practice and my journey.
Yeah.
Like it seems like every month just something
Yeah.
is changing and happening and like shaping and like, oh, there's this fork in the path. Let's go that way instead, you know. So I mean, before I would have more time, I would give myself more time to actually be more present in my practice. Whereas like during, the summer and fall, I am rushing to throw clothes on and I just put my hand on my altar for a second, be like, hey, thanks, and I'm out.
Right.
But now like now I'm actually like spending more time at my altar. I'm doing a lot more stuff before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Like Daniel puts the baby down. So I have 45 minutes to an hour because like he'll give him a bath and like get him ready. I'll say my good nights and then Daniel will put him down and then Daniel goes and does his own thing. So like I have a good hour and a half depending on timing to just do my own thing and be in the quiet. And I have been since completing level 1 of my Akashic records, like that's my I go and do my altar stuff and then I go sit down and I journal in the records. And then I close everything and I say my gratitude and I go to bed ending with that gratitude and it was a prayer. And that's not something that I've ever done before.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting to be in a season of slow, like a true slow, and like getting into that and like putting more focus and being more mindful and being able to give myself time to reflect and process the things I need to reflect and process.
And enjoy and appreciate and marinate and all of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also shaping the way I go about conversation and I go about the people I'm having conversation with, whether that is somebody that is directly linked to the things that I am processing through or my work, or just friend relationships. Like it's helping me be able to see things differently, be able to process things differently.
And you can sit and maybe seek more clarity before all of that. Yeah.
And then also hold myself accountable in situations that I'm not comfortable with people acting on when I actually have time to sit and reflect and realize that their behavior is no different than how I had behaved in the past. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, because at some point, we get what we give.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And in the concept of teaching people how we want to be loved, how we want to be respected, how we want to be, all the things, and what's acceptable behavior when we behave or have a lack of the love, the understanding and respect in conversations, we get what we receive.
Yeah.
So taking time often also allows others to take time.
Yeah.
and just to kind of respond differently.
Yeah,
Or have the option to even respond later, you
for
know?
sure.
So that's been something that we've been working on, the two of us,
Yeah,
in our lives. No is an okay answer because a lot of people are afraid to say no, right?
yeah,
People pleasers.
yeah.
Break that shit down.
That is one
Yeah.
huge thing this year that I'm
Mhm.
trying to. And you can still do for people and um be helpful in ways that you're not overflowing your cup by doing,
Absolutely.
you know?
And doing that in a sense, yeah. So there's also, the importance of not doing things if you're going to have a shitty attitude
Yeah.
about it later, right?
Right.
So, like, fine, I'll wash your clothes.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Because
Does that make sense?
yeah, because energy is energy, and if you are doing the laundry
Mm-hmm.
in a pissy mood, well, then the next time I wear that sweater that you washed, I'm gonna feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
be in a pissy mood and not know why.
And it's not a true gift at that time. So if your
Yeah.
love language is a gift of services or acts of services, then that wasn't a gift. That
No.
was done out of vengeance and,
Obligation and
obligation.
petty
Yeah.
and like
So, and we
yeah.
do that sometimes
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, ask to a favor or a simple favor.
Mhm.
We're like, oh God,
Yeah.
fine. Then
Yeah.
just don't,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
say no. It's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to say no. Um, and it's teaching others that they can use that same verbiage. So breaking that people pleaser mentality has been huge.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the
Circling,
other thing I said?
I don't know,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm gonna circle back
Gotcha.
in a
Yeah.
second into um giving yourself time to reflect
Hmm.
because 9 times out of 10, like you have also had the behavior that's bothering you from somebody else.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna use an example that I have done recently,
Hmm.
and maybe it will explain what I'm trying to convey because I'm really bad at
Right.
explaining. So recently I was made aware of a conversation and some things were said that didn't jive with how I felt,
Hmm.
right? It's like, why would you say that? And why would you say that to the person you said it to?
Right.
You know? And so I gave myself quite a few days to
Hmm.
really sit and think about it and realize that what this person had said is no different than what I have also said about other people
Hmm.
within this realm, right?
Yeah.
Whether it is factual or not, it is
Hmm.
still gossip on both ends. And being able to sit and reflect on that
Yeah.
made me realize, well, if that is also my behavior, then I have no room to be upset.
Hmm.
I have no room at all, and that is not appropriate. And for me to rectify how I feel in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and do the things that I let slip through the cracks
Hmm.
without saying a word about it because this doesn't need
Right.
to be something that needs to be publicized. So that gave me time to reflect on one, not only my behavior,
Hmm.
but what behavior I am not okay with
Hmm.
directed at me. And if I have let something slip through the crack or I have not done something that I have said I would do, well, I don't need to announce, hey, I'm so sorry, I didn't get to this. I'm going to go ahead and do that
Hmm.
now for you.
Yeah.
No, that can simply me just doing it.
And that's another piece of very open, honest conversations that we have.
Yeah,
I have a lot around here because we both do have a lot on our plate.
yeah,
And if I don't open read your message right away, not that I have to justify, right?
right.
But it's because if the notification's gone, so are you,
Yeah,
and so is that whole
yeah,
conversation like it never happened.
yeah.
And that and this next part has to work both ways. Remind me. Like
Yeah.
it's not bugging me to remind me. And if it ever is, I'll be like, hey, that's gonna be a minute.
Yeah,
Right? Like that is
yeah,
not a priority for me right now. So when I had mentioned that there's two sides to that,
yeah,
that means you can't get butthurt.
yeah,
If I'm not gonna be butthurt and if I'm accepting the nudges and the reminders, you can't be butthurt if I tell you your stuff's not a priority.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's different with the day-to-day,
Yeah.
most of the day-to-day clients,
Yeah.
right, that we have on a rotating schedule and that kind of stuff. But some individuals expecting everything to be dropped so they can be taken care of, is another kind of lesson. Like, your emergency isn't my urgency.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's tricky too, right? But if there are those things, I'm just going to use us for example because we're really open.
Yeah.
If I said, "Hey, Karlie, this is my top priority today,"
Yeah.
you can still choose.
Yeah.
If that needs to be your top priority today.
Yeah.
We can still have that conversation.
And we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do. Like, we were
Like,
just
this is
having a
urgent.
conversation yesterday about wanting to open Sunday. And you
Yeah.
were like, hey, no, it's okay, but do you want
Right.
half a day? And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, because I don't know
Right.
what's going on yet.
Yeah, and
Right?
that's typically not
Yeah.
something that either one of us mentioned because we are owning our time and honoring our time more in this season of 2025. But we both understand the life of small business.
Right.
And these rainy, cold days and Pike Street also being closed.
I was just about to say.
Half it, you know,
And Pike Street being closed.
You know, that's
2
another
days in a
story.
row.
Yeah.
So
So that changes things.
Yeah.
But we may need to open on Sunday if we can, but knows that
Yeah.
all cans are.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So I want to take this topic on how
Plot twist. I
yeah.
feel it. Okay.
Well, so we're getting into a holiday
Yeah.
next week, and a lot of people are going to be around family. And I know we've done episodes around like energy hygiene and such, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we touch on that just as a reminder briefly. But then also, how do we take the topic that we're just now talking about to implement on how we are around our family this season?
Excuse me.
You know what I mean?
You can say no to family too.
Yeah, you can say no to
Like,
family.
I don't give a shit if you're my second cousin's wife or whatever.
I don't care if you're my mom. Like,
yeah, like no can still be no.
Yeah, no can still be no. But then also, if you misery loves company, right? So if you are also acting in the same manner as somebody is acting towards you that you don't like, maybe this is the time where you slow down over the holiday season because everyone's going to be off, right? How about we not go shopping? And if we do, we save it for the small businesses.
Yeah.
How about that? And then we reflect on why that behavior does not jive with us and what we need to be doing to either eliminate that from our lives, address if we're also acting in the same manner, and how we can change that about ourselves. Because that's the only way we actually make true progress in this journey that we're all on for enlightenment, right? For peace and quiet and just simplicity.
Yeah. And that's a practice too, right?
It really is.
So I've had a lot of pep talks with myself over some upcoming travel and just knowing in some situations, like, it's okay. Well, it's happened here too. Like, that's none of my business. Like, I'm just going to leave the conversation, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I may not need to pee again, but I may dismiss myself and take a second and not entertain shitty behaviors or shitty conversations. Right? So the easy out most recently that I've been sharing with everyone is just saying, like, that's none of my business. Now, most of the time, you know, I'm saying that's none of my business, but I'm also thinking it's none of yours either.
Yeah.
You know, but that is borderline making it my business. So reining some of that back in.
Yeah. And then when you actively choose to be bothered by somebody else,
you like that word now, don't you?
Yes.
Unbothered? Yeah.
When you act, and I haven't even read the book yet.
Right. Well, that's a different concept. That one was a download. Unbothered.
Yeah. So when you actively choose to be bothered by somebody and then you're upset because of it, well, that needs to be something that you need to figure out why.
Yeah.
Why are you upset about that? Is it because there is some type of mirror reflecting that back to you that you are seeing yourself in?
Yeah.
Is it maybe triggering because that's how you've been treated in the past and you haven't worked through that yet? Is it because that's how you treat people?
Mhm.
Hmm?
Mhm.
Is that how you treat people? Just saying. So yeah, this season in slowness,
Yeah.
I'm definitely learning to review that reflection,
Mhm.
right? And hold myself accountable because in a practice, if you are not holding yourself accountable, again, you're not going to have any progress
Right.
in it,
And then
right?
having people, I'm pointing at Karlie because she's with me here, but there's other people in our circle um, that they know they have permission
Mm-hmm.
because I trust, value, respect them, and then we're growing together. Um, Not like together, but we're both growing. Call me out on my shit.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
I'm being shitty, be like, dude, go drink some water.
Hmm.
Go have a
Well, how
Snickers.
many
None
times
of your
have we been
business. Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
hey, are you hungry? Did you eat
Yeah.
today? Or even now, when the thing, and I said something shitty, and I looked back at Carla and I was like, shouldn't have said that. That was
Yeah.
not okay. I was frustrated
Hmm.
over the thing, the
Yeah.
system not working, not the person that interrupted it.
Yeah.
So,
So a lot that was going on through that and through our previous conversations. Because we actually took time to chat this morning
we did.
before all this, which
Yeah.
doesn't happen much
No.
these days. Um, so once upon a time in therapy, I learned that what you think you're mad about is probably not what you're mad about.
No.
It was just the last thing.
That
And
just.
oftentimes it's with the person that you're comfortable
Mhm.
addressing
Mhm.
that thing with. So, two people before that person, that conversation could have pissed you off, but it was someone new or someone you can't say, hey, what the fuck do you really mean by that? Right? But the thing that you get mad about is just the last thing that happened.
Yeah.
And it's a situation that you're typically most comfortable addressing, or it's the thing that you're most comfortable talking about.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
So something that just came to me was thinking about how the collective thinks spirituality
mhm,
is through meditation and through ritual and through connecting with deity or spirit or ancestor or
mhm.
however you describe it. When yes, it is all those things, but
It could be,
yeah,
it can be
it could be if
for
that's how
some
you
people. Yeah.
choose, right? But the bottom line of like getting in touch with your spirituality is working through your own shit.
Yeah.
It's the mental health journey
Mhm.
to get through and get ego to lay down and take a nap, right?
So I'm not
And
saying that's not the way I view it. I
yeah,
just want to add some more thought to
yes,
it, right? That may be for me,
yeah,
that may be the purpose or the intention
yeah,
or the need
yeah,
to dig through that stuff.
yeah,
But for me, having a dedicated meditation practice and
yeah,
having that nightly self Reiki
yeah.
is how I come to realize
That
those pieces. Does
right,
that make sense?
right.
Yeah.
So through it all
Hmm.
is how you get there,
You
right?
can
How
get
you
there,
can get
right? You may have some other thing that you do that we have no
there.
clue
Yeah.
about yet, right?
So why I'm bringing that up
Mhm.
is because it's probably not even my thought as a download. I'll just own it.
Okay,
Um,
like it.
why do you guys always, yeah, that was the question, it was the download. Like, why do you guys always default to talking about like mental health stuff and like,
Mhm.
all the things in your podcast when people are wanting to learn more of like the witchy stuff? And I think it's because people forget this aspect of it,
Yes,
is where I'm going with
right.
it.
Okay, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, thank you for helping me, like, get there.
Complete the circle.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have some of these
Hmm.
foundations and your practice, mm,
I feel
you're
like,
gonna get what you put in, right? Or
right.
so to speak. There was another thought there, but it left. So
Hmm.
maybe it wasn't a today message, right? Um, do you want to practice in chaos? do you want to practice in those unsettled energies, right? Is that what you want your practice to be revolved around? And sometimes the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Right. So there's definitely some emotional things that happen, and we're like, fuck, this is when we do ritual, right? This is the energy we want to bring into ritual. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So I get that. Does that help tie your pieces together some?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not sure what's going with that.
Yeah.
There's definitely some extra streams of awareness, up there.
But yes, I think that's why we always default back to how to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because we understand that you can do all of these things in your practice, but if you are also missing this piece, you're not going to make as profound progress, because you still can make progress, just not as profound progress as you would like to.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you're not recognizing that at some point you are also contributing to your own problem, and you need to hold yourself accountable, while also working through. I wanted to say desensitized, but that is completely not what I wanted, you know. But working through the things that have happened to you, those traumas that have happened to you, because they're not your fault, but it is your responsibility to do something about it based on your behavior.
I can see desensitizing being somewhat of a good fit for that, right? Because as you work through these things, when they happen or when those moments come up again, it's not going to rock you the same way.
As bothered.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still there. We're not denying it. We're not excusing it. But it's not going to fuck your energy up the way it did without working on it, right?
Hell, I just got a phone call, not yesterday, but the day before, from somebody that I have struggled with my entire life having conversation with. And when this person had said, hey, I didn't respond to you the night before because of my headspace, and I needed to come have a conversation with you clear-headed. Now, one, that was progress on that person's end, because that would have never been
that's good.
The type of that this person did. And then being able to let him ask clarifying questions, and being able in my person to be confident in what I was saying and not be triggered because of who this person was to me, and not fumble over my words, and genuinely have a conversation for us to both understand each other and where we were going, and left that conversation laughing at the end of it. Like, that is true progress in not being bothered by trauma anymore. The trauma is still there. It's something that's still recognized.
The event still happened.
Yep.
And so that's kind of a conversation that we had too, is, maybe instead of continuing to use the word trauma, because that's an emotional tie to the thing, do we ever just label it or mention it as an event? I had this event that created some traumatic emotions that I'm dealing with, right? So we're not constantly reclaiming the trauma. And we're not constantly holding on to the trauma.
I like that.
This week, I don't remember what day it was. Actually, I do, because of who was here helping. It was Tuesday. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but something lit a fire that I've not been sharing like outwardly with the public, and that was about the talk of ascension and higher vibrations, and how I'm often frustrated with people that constantly hound working on my third eye, working on my third eye, working on my third eye, working on my crown, blah, 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 blah. Fucking shit. Why don't you put in the human work and work on the root causes of things, right? How about you work on the root, and then the sacral, solar plexus, and then heart is probably the hardest, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then the throat, and then the third eye, and then the crown. who says, I mean, maybe you say, I don't know, it's your decision, you can do whatever the fuck you want to. But in my practice, why are we trying to skip all the fucking hard work with relationships, stability, security, the relationship with our mom, the relationship with our dad, the relationship with our spouse, the relationship with our food and addiction and blah, blah, blah? Why do we think we can skip all that bullshit and go straight to the connection to the higher power?
So when I first started my practice,
Yeah.
that is where I thought you started. And not because it was where I was taught,
Yeah.
but because we have all of this spirituality around us,
Yeah.
and we have all of this information around us that is constantly, oh, you need to tap into your clear senses. You need to do this. This is going to help you with this and this and this. And most of these teachings miss the huge aspect of your mental health journey. And your mental health journey starts in the roots.
Yeah.
It starts with where you've grown from. And my biggest thing in this season is balancing my masculine and my feminine.
Okay.
I really need to let my feminine come and rise to the occasion, because my masculine has been ruling me for so long.
Out of survival.
Out of survival. And now that I am letting go of the things that are not mine, right? Have not been mine, have never been mine.
Right.
I can start seeing that softness shift, where I can still have my dominance and I can still have my authority in what I'm going to allow in my life, what I'm going to allow myself to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And as I have been going on that journey, the amount of clarity my clear senses have opened, because I've been working on that foundation. And now I'm being able to visualize, able to accept downloads. And that is where that work for the third eye and that crown is happening. And so on Tuesday, when we were having this conversation, you said it after my energy work appointment with Christy, which get on that.
More on that later.
Yeah. That blew my mind even more than what it was already blown in that session. Because I was like, and I pointed to the Reiki room, and you're like, what do you mean? I was like, that whole fucking session, like that whole session. So
maybe you just need to hear it again.
No, for sure. And have that validation of my clear senses are going to come when they're awakened because of other work that's happening.
Right.
Not because I'm going to sit there and meditate my third eye for fucking 6 hours and then be pissed off because nothing's happened. But because I've put in the work for all of the other chakras. For my third eye, that wall to come down and open up and be like, now you are ready. Now you can see, now you can hear, now you can sense. Like, this is what you've been missing.
Crazy, huh? There was one that was odd. It's okay, it'll come back when it's done.
So maybe we need a workshop for the chakras.
Maybe that's coming. We just haven't had a chance to talk about it yet.
Oh,
yeah. Someone that we have been wanting to get on our schedule is also working on their schedule. So part of that comes with teaching of the stones. So now you know, like, kind of who and where and what and that kind of stuff.
I'm excited. Yeah. So you guys should be excited too once we announce.
Yeah. And I've had conversations, also, and that's going to come when we can sit down and work on our calendar, right? Yeah. About someone that wants to teach or willing to teach astrology via Zoom because they're in Louisville, right? But a consistent, dependable astrology practitioner has been something that we have wanted for quite some time.
For a while, yeah.
And so we'll find that. I love listening to astrology, kind of like I love listening to human design. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
It is so much.
Excuse me. It reminds me of, like, some of those math classes.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's way over my head.
It's whatever.
Yeah. So,
but I'm excited.
Gary, the Eye Opener Society, Gary, there is somebody in his circle, Elaine Oracle, and she does.
I got strangled.
I was like,
man, that was dramatic. I'm extra today, aren't I?
That's okay. I'll edit that out.
And this too.
Okay.
fuckers.
So he
Okay,
has
Gary in his circle.
yeah, so Gary has a practitioner in his circle that has I think it's a monthly, I think Elaine does it monthly. Gary, if you're listening, correct me in the comments. But she does an episode that is like the monthly or astrology. So I really like listening to her because her delivering is it breaks it down to like a fifth grade level for me,
Right.
which I really appreciate because like astrology just goes over my head. I'm like, I don't know what the fifth house is, like,
Right.
you know, like I don't know what that means. But I can find such tangible information and be like, oh yeah, that's fitting right now, you know, in her work. So I'm excited to see how this one plays it, and maybe we let her do like a monthly little episode.
So astrology too. I want to drop this nugget off. Because of a conversation I've had with a friend, a client this week. So astrology and horoscopes.
Yeah.
They kind of line up, but they are not the same.
Okay.
So with this friend, she had read some information on her astrology, and she had already pre-planned to have a shitty week. So what are your thoughts on that?
I do think that if people get the astrology information beforehand, they're waiting for that foot to drop with everything. So like that pre-planning, yes. I like listening to astrology as a validation after the fact. So I usually go back and listen to Elaine's the month after, or like after, you know what I mean? Because I do feel like it is very predicting like, and our ego usually grabs onto that and pre-plans.
You know, it's the same thing with like Mercury being in retrograde or other planets being in retrograde. What that could mean, we often claim that as a definite.
Yeah.
And that's not always true, right? Yeah.
So, or the full
it's not even Monday, and we're both like on the struggle bus.
I know.
We've not done this week yet or
I
something.
know. Or like the full moon, how like, oh, it's a full moon, everything's gonna get chaotic. Like, but what type of chaotic though? Is it chaotic good? Can it be chaotic bad? Is it, what is it? You know? So that's interesting take on it. But I'm really excited for this new practitioner to come on. Well, two actually. Two. I'm excited. So, if you guys missed the practitioner mixer last week.
We need to get that one of those on the schedule too.
Yeah, we have people already asking. Yeah. So, I was thinking the midsummer mixer, maybe.
And I want to go back and forth to that too, because that is something that kind of sits with me weird. Occasionally, some people missed it because they didn't choose to make it a priority.
Yeah. So the person that recommended it was somebody that was here.
Okay.
That did come.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They really is.
I mean, we do need to do it again.
Yeah.
And we will.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. Like, you know.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
This
if
stuff
we
is
put
for
an effort,
you
guys put an effort too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this stuff is for you guys because we really genuinely want you guys to know what modalities are out there to help you, and then you have an opportunity to figure out what aligns.
Because
you don't have to do
still
all
learning
of them.
too, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe that's
the breath work. I thought it was just general breath work.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I'm like, that was probably one of. I would say that was probably in the top
five,
three.
Okay.
The top three.
Gotcha.
Profound appointments I've had.
So I knew.
No, you did. You really did, because we were planning the day. Like, do we want to do the appointments first? Do we want to do the podcast after? Or do we want to do the podcast first? And
all the things.
And you were like, no, let's do the podcast first because you're not.
After, you just want to, you've got to unpack and sort through some things and do some digging on what the fuck some of that stuff was and what it meant.
Yeah.
Or maybe also what it meant, but I meant to say what it meant. And sometimes in those sessions, you have emotions
Yeah.
And even some physical experiences that you have never had before.
Check.
Yeah.
Check. In
All the
time, I'll
things,
share. But right now, this is for me.
Yeah.
And
Right. You get to simmer in it.
yeah,
You get to sit with it.
yeah, I just,
Mind blown.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm excited for her to come back.
me too. So this is Christy we're talking about. We actually just recorded a podcast, so you guys will be able to learn a little bit more about her in probably January. If not, come before then. Because I think she's on the schedule. I have to look when she's on the schedule next. But she does cranial sacral, reflexology, breath work,
Fascia work.
fascia work. Brilliant practitioner. Man,
I know.
I'm excited.
But you know who else is brilliant? Karlie's brilliant.
Thank you.
And this is launching today. And so Karlie's here offering some services today.
I am. So we are a little behind on getting this out. Obviously, it's not 8 a.m., but we're recording it this morning, so it'll go out later this afternoon.
That's a change for us too.
Yeah.
Letting go of that
expectation of like, it'll get posted when it gets posted, y'all.
Makes extra credit work anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, especially around the holiday season. Yeah. So that is a wrap, I think, for this one. I think there's some profound information in there and messages, and hopefully there's some things that you guys can take and implement as you enter a holiday.
The next season, yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah.
To share this day with this time and space and reflect and just
Okay.
Plan 2026 maybe.
Yeah. We have the calendar here. We might as well.
Well, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Take what sits with you today and claim it if you want to.
Yeah.
But, you know, even in some of these deeper moments, what I say doesn't have to be your truth either.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be. And if it is, awesome. Thank you. Share that with us. I don't know where I was going with that. Just, but yeah, there's something, sometimes if something doesn't sit with you, then
that's okay.
We get all up in arms about it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not offended. Anyway, that's it.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.